Newly appointed UK Minister for Overseas Territories and Africa, James Duddridge, says the relationship between the United Kingdom and the British Virgin Islands is an important one. Duddridge, who was appointed by Prime Minister David Cameron in August this year, addressed a media briefing at the Premier's conference room on Wednesday, October 8th, day 2 of his first visit to the BVI.
Amazing how much he already knows about the BVI. The BVI relationship with the UK is an incredibly important one, one that goes back into history and will go into the future a long way. I've found it particularly valuable here, meeting ministers, talking to people about the relationship between an overseas territory, its people, the governor, the opportunities of the area and the region. And BVI will truly define my understanding and relationships of the British relationship with overseas territories. And I'm looking forward. We've already packed in an awful lot today. I'm conscious I've got a lot more to do going forward and some of the exciting bits. If I have any complaint, I'm here for too short a period, but that is indeed an excuse for me to come back.
Premier Dr. Deolanda Smith says the BVI has benefited from an agreement signed by the UK's Foreign Secretary in 1999 for growth and prosperity in the UK and the BVI. Dr. Smith says through that agreement, the BVI is receiving assistance from the UK government's Trade and Investment Department with the Terence B. Lettsome Airport Expansion Project.
In 1999, the Foreign Secretary signed the Agreement for Growth and Prosperity between the United Kingdom and the British Virgin Islands, which essentially spoke about a partnership that will see growth of both countries, the UK and the BVI. We have benefited tremendously from that agreement, that partnership. In particular, I want to refer to the agreement with Hertfordshire Council, where we have been able to, we have a twinning relationship with Hertfordshire Council, and in particular they assisted us with training of our athletes who go to perform in various venues. We've also had most recently contribution from UK Trade Investment, and they are again giving us assistance in preparing for the airport project, which we have been working on for some time, but they're working with us now to further the development of that airport. That agreement has been useful to the BVI, and I expect that will continue because that is the agreement to work together.
Over the 2 days, Duddridge held meetings with Premier Smith, other ministers of government, officials in the local financial services sector, and private sector stakeholders. Prior to arriving in the BVI, Duddridge said he was looking forward to discussing the territory's plans for addressing the challenges of combating illicit finance and tax evasion. JTV News' Sean Rose asked Minister Duddridge what he gleaned from discussions about the BVI's financial services sector.
Well, this is a first visit to an overseas territory. The issues are complex. The financial products are there for a reason, yet we shouldn't shy away that those financial products sitting beneath them sometimes are slightly more dubious transactions. I think the Premier's used the term, we won't tolerate unethical activities sitting beneath those financial transactions. I think you're on the record of Premier having said that before, and it's very much working together, not just the UK and BVI, but working together across a number of jurisdictions to make sure that businesses get the financial vehicles they need, territories like the BVI prosper, but also we don't inadvertently sow the seeds for transfers of monies that aren't the type of thing any of us would want to support, be that monies related to corruption, bribery, or indeed, particularly conscious now with what's happening with ISIL and the world scene, terrorist financing.
Also on October 8th, Minister James Duddridge, along with Governor John Duncan, Minister of Communications and Works Mark Vanderpool, and other government representatives toured the Cruise Pier project site with project manager Dion Stout. The new United Kingdom Minister for the Overseas Territories concluded his visit to the BVI with a tour of Virgin Gorda on Wednesday before departing the territory for Montserrat.